Hi everyone, delonewolf here. Welcome back to some EVE Online, and I guess from the title you can already tell what's going on here. Goodbye j144228 Co-Incorporated has left their C1 wormhole. The footage you're seeing in the background are some kills that we've made during our 6-month stay in this wormhole, and since I've never gotten around to using the footage or making videos about it, I'm going to use it here now as a last goodbye to j144228, the C1 wormhole with a high static that has really treated us very well over the last 6 months. Now, why are we leaving the wormhole at this point? I think you can already guess. 6 months in here, it's a decently long time. And basically the wormhole has lost all challenge to us. We've done every site 100 times. We are especially well aware of any PvP situation we can get into. You know, it's easy for us now to recognize, oh, this is just a lone explorer. We could catch him this or that way. Or when someone is setting up a bait, and then something else that can happen from time to time is that a dangerous wormhole spawns in here, then we know to be a bit more careful. I guess what it comes down to is that if we really wanted to, we could stay in here indefinitely and not actually lose anything anymore. So the challenge being gone, the newness being gone, 6 months in the wormhole, it was just time for something new, and we decided that it was time for us to leave the wormhole and look for a new challenge in EVE Online. In fact, that was already a few weeks ago that we started planning our exit. We'd been starting to move stuff out that was not used on a daily basis anymore, so that we could actually move out very quickly. And pretty recently, especially with FanFest and the announcements of the new structures, that's given me quite a few ideas of stuff that I want to do in EVE Online. I was willing to drop it, to leave behind the battleships and the Thanatos that we had built in here. But Bob came through for us. Providence said that that was not how j144228 was going to end. I did have to make a sacrifice to Bob for this. So what happened was that I lost one of the battleships, and Katsuko got all of that on fraps and decided to make a video out of it. It was not my most glorious moment, but during the video he mentioned that we were planning to leave the wormhole. And then we were contacted by someone that saw the video. He is in a small corporation that actually wants to find something new to do in EVE Online as well. And that just so happens to be they want to try living in a C1 wormhole with a high static, just like we've been doing in the last 6 months. And he offered to basically buy the wormhole with all the assets that we still had in there from us. So that was absolutely awesome. That must have been fate or something like that. That this would have happened so fast after one another. And yeah, we sold the wormhole for 2 billion ISK. I think it's a fair price. They got a lot more hardware out of it than 2 billion would buy, but keep in mind, of course, we can't take any of that out anymore. And so I think it's a good deal that everyone has been very happy with. And so of course we're hoping that this new corporation will have just as much fun out of living in the C1 wormhole as we had, and that is going to be just as great a learning experience for them as it has been for us. And maybe just to quickly end on the video as well, I'll give you guys my view on living in a C1 wormhole and why I do think that it's worth it. Not for everyone, but if you're like us, you're in a small corporation, 1 to 5 guys, you've never really had any experiences with wormhole space outside of maybe a quick day trip, then a C1 wormhole with a high static is going to be absolutely perfect for you to get used to living in wormhole space. After that, you can go wherever you want. The high static is just a major asset that's going to make everything a lot easier. On almost any day you will have a trade hub within 10 jumps. That's just awesome. It makes fueling easy, it makes bringing post defenses easy, getting set up is easy. You can easily bring in materials to build a few battleships, which give you a great advantage in a C1 wormhole. So the logistic work, because of a high static, is just that much easier that for someone that's in a small corporation or has never done anything like this before, it's absolutely perfect to start out with. The second aspect, of course, in a C1, someone else cannot bring anything bigger than a battle cruiser in your wormhole. So once you've established a few battleships in there, you do have an advantage on almost anyone that comes in there. That's great for your confidence. It makes the sights a lot easier as well, and so that gives you a lot of time to plan ahead, to get used to all the situations you come across, and just to getting used to living in the wormhole space in general. I really think that it's absolutely a great experience for people that want to give it a go, despite the fact that it's true that the money is going to be quite a bit less than something like a C3, a C4, or even higher than that. That is true, but I have to say on that front that this has improved quite a lot with those nullsec relic and data sites that have come in here. They give you a lot of opportunity for fights, and they pay out quite decent money. Once they came in and we were in here for a few weeks, we really did feel like we could afford to lose a few battleships. We could afford to lose a few ships and replace them without having to invest extra money. So the money is not that bad. I would not go bigger than like a 5-person corporation, honestly, because the sites do dry up. You can't get on top of all of those every day, but on that front, I have to be honest as well, this happened to us now after 6 months of doing the same sites, of keeping the wormhole clean so that it's not too attractive to other parties. Doing that daily maintenance, those same sites again and again, does become a bit of a grind. That is true, but the amount of stuff that you learn out of this is just so staggeringly big, and it is all really so easy because of the C1 and the high-sec static. I can only recommend it as your first experience in wormhole space. Now what's next for Co-Incorporated? I don't know just yet. We are back in Iona. We'll see what we want to do next. Of course, long term, I know I want to find out more about the structures, do stuff with the structures, but in between now and then, I'm still in the planning phases, but I'm sure that we will actually have a lot of fun, and I'll be able to continue to bring you guys some nice content. Anyways, there you go, guys. That's it for our wormhole adventure. We had a huge amount of fun, and it was absolutely a blast, but it's time for us to move on to something else. Thank you very much for watching. I'll see you all next time.